Hi guys, thank you for coming back to my channel. So in this video today, I wanted to show you a full house plant tour. I know it's been a while since I've shown you all the plants in my home, so I wanted to show you all the plants that I have now and the new setup I have for them. And I also want to give a shout out to all those subscribers who are still subscribers to my channel. I'm very grateful that you guys stuck around, and I apologize for those subscribers who have left. You might want to see like a regular vlog, but unfortunately I can't make regular vlogs, which I mentioned before. I'm a full-time mom, so I can only make videos whenever I can. So I also wanted to say I hope you enjoyed the two last videos that I made, some of the garden centers that I visit. So those two garden centers are the only two that we have here. The Urban Plant Life, which I often go there by myself, and then the other one was the Johnstown's Garden Centre, which I really wanted to make a video of that, but that one I need like someone to take me in a car because there's no public transport to go to that one. So I'm really glad that I was able to show you that garden centre. And I know those garden centres, they're not as popular videos, but I do try to make those videos as clearly as I could, since like I'm not really comfortable making videos outside. But I'm glad I got those two videos out there for you guys to see, give you an idea what those plant stores look like. So now I'm going to take you to all my plants in my home now. So we're going to start off with the kitchen. I'm sorry about the mess of my kitchen. So I have two plants here that I have by the kitchen. So this side is the north side window. So I usually get daylight sunlight here in the afternoons, late evenings. But these lights, they don't really need that much light, so they're fine with low light sun. So the first one here I have is kind of like a variegated ivy. So I got this in IKEA, and I found this ivy to be very unusual because it has these kind of like variegations. So they're kind of like green in the middle, and then it's kind of lime green around the edges. And then I noticed the more sun that they get, they can turn to more like a yellowy neon color. So I did have this plant hanging, trailing on this wardrobe here, but I noticed that the variegations on top was starting to turn green, so they kind of reverted a bit. So I kind of put it back here. Before it gave me more of this variegation, so I want to get that back. So you can see some parts are like more of a dark green. They're not that like a more of a neon yellow color. So I really want that variegation back. And it's not one that I often see, because you have the ones that are like just a full green ivy, and then you have the one where there's like a bit of green in the middle, and then the rest is kind of like a bit of a variegated yellow. But this one, when I saw it in IKEA, I noticed had like really this full variegation, so I really wanted to see what type of ivy this is. And there is still another one that I really on the lookout for, which the leaves are more like succulent type of ivy, which has the cream and the yellow and the cream variegation. I haven't come across that yet. So that one is more like a succulent leaf with these type of texture. Like I have to water this plant like once a week because it's a very thirsty plant. And I find the one, if I ever get the succulent type one, I say that one doesn't really need to be watered as much. So I kind of just have it on this kind of like a plant stand, so it be rise up a bit and then it just trailing down. And then this one I think is the Enjoy one, and I came across this plant in IKEA as well. And when I got this plant, it was like very healthy, like really nice white variegation and then the green. Because usually when I see this plant, the white variegation can be really like black, and they don't look as healthy. You can see like these kind of brown marks. So sometimes the white variegation can be, you can get this type of brown. And yeah, so, and I also have this a plant riser as well. And then moving on to here, I have 3 Chaferas, 3 different types. This one, I can't remember the name of the Chafera. I think there is like, this could be the Melanie one, and then this one could be the Charlotte one. I think the Melanie one has more of the white variegation. I know it might look a bit yellow in the video, but this one is actually more white, and then it's green in the middle. It's really, really pretty. So I'm trying to, I like this compact growth here at the bottom. And you can see some bits are like, there's not that much leaves in between. But I noticed if you cut the leaves off, they will grow back, and it can make it really bushy. Yeah, so you can see all the new growth here. They're still kind of limp looking. All these new growth here. So it does take a while for these new leaves to like really sturdy. I don't know why that is. I mean, they stay flimsy for a good while. I don't know why that is. And then this one is just the regular green one. I'm sorry about the lighting on the kitchen side. There's not much sun here on this side, so that's why it looks a bit dark. So yeah, this is the regular green version. Originally, this grew like really, really tall, like this. But I noticed like the leaves were very flimsy like that, and also the branching was kind of like not growing straight, because I wanted to grow straight, but it was kind of like the new branch was kind of like going, you know, like the way they were just going sideways, they weren't growing straight. So I wanted to make it grow straight, so I kind of just cut it. And you notice that there are new leaves kind of shooting here. So there will be new leaves growing back here. I'm not sure about the wood part, if that part will grow again, but I don't mind. I actually like this small compact size. So I kind of want the Chafera to grow like this, you know, really compact and full, but not too full where you can't see where the leaves are overlapping. But I just kind of want like each leaf fill in each space. And I really, really like the growth of this one. So I really want the leaves to be like really sturdy, not grow very flimsy. Hopefully it will do that later on. So this is the green version, and then this is the more of like a limey variegation, and you can see like there's some green and some lime. So I think this one is called the Charlotte, and then the Melanie is more like Melanie. I meant is more like kind of a creamy and green variegation, which I really like. And then this one is more like a neon type of green. As you can see, like all the bottom leaves are very sturdy, and then the new growth kind of goes flimsy, but this one is starting to harden off a bit, and then the new growth here at the top. Yeah, so these are my 3 types of Chaferas, and I think I really got into these plants because I saw in one of the channels on Plant Parenthood, she was growing just the regular green one, and I really liked it, so I kind of just got 3 types. They are very thirsty plants, so I usually have to water these plants like once a week or once every 2 weeks. Yeah, so I have them here on this windowsill. There are times where I kind of want to put kind of like a wooden rod here on top of this windowsill, so that I can like have these hanging plants on top of this window. I think that would be really good, but I haven't found the tools yet to do that. Yep, so this is the kitchen where I have all the low light plants, and now we're moving to the sitting room here now. So here I have 2 plants. So I actually bought this new stand here in Amazon. So I have a money tree here at the bottom. So I've been trying to grow this money tree to be compact. You know, the compact growth. I don't want the you know, where the spines just kind of like really shoot really tall, and I think that happens when they're reaching for light. They do that, so when they're in kind of a low light area, they can stay compact growth, which I really like. See, like this compact growth. But when they do shoot out the big long leaves, I tend to cut it back so that it stays compact. But you can see this one here, what I mean about the stem. They can go really long, and the reason I think they do that is to look for light, and I don't really want that. So I kind of want to have like the stems to be like compact, like shorter, and then the leaves to be grow more compact. So and I like this one because it has the thick trunk at the bottom. It's not like the twisted ones that you see often. So I really like this compact wood here at the bottom. So hopefully this will grow more compact. I do kind of rotate this plant so that the leaves will grow evenly. And then here I have the CC plant. So this one I got in Johnstown's Garden Centre, and this is the compact version, which I really like. This type of CC. I think it's called the CC Sensi. So it's the more compact version compared to the normal green one, which I like this one more. And it's actually my first time coming across like a really big Sensi CC plant, because these plants usually come really small. So when I actually seen it like a really big full one, I had to get it. I think it was about 25 euros. But I think it's a really great price. And I noticed these leaves, they're more like lighter green. So I don't know if they're just like new growth, and it hasn't turned into this dark green yet, which I like more. So hopefully eventually will turn into more of this dark green, which I like more. And these plants, they do tend to get very dusty. So whenever I'm doing a watering, I do clean these leaves. Yeah, so I really like this plant. So in this stand, I have this type of L-hole pots. And I'm really happy that L-hole brand, they started making these clear nursery pots now. If you've seen my very first video where I had the nursery pots, they're like the brown ones I had, and they were just very ugly, and it just didn't go with the you know, the decorated pot outside. You would just still see this brown color. So I'm really glad that L-hole starting to make these clear plastic nursery pots, because I can manage the watering much better, and I find like my plants last longer as well, compared to the beginning where I couldn't see the roots or if the plants needs watering. But previously, before, I would just feel the weight of the pot to see if they need watering, but that's not always accurate. And I also like to have toppings on top of my on top of the soil, and same here. So underneath here I have like kind of those leca balls toppings for the bigger plants, and then I have this type of coca core, which I just which comes in a roll, and I just cut it up and I just put on top, and I find that to be very good for fungus gnats. You know, they don't buzz around, and which is very good. So that's one of the things I have learned. I don't get as much fungus gnats as I used to when it was bare soil. And yeah, so I just like the way, and also I don't really like seeing the soil on top of the nursery. So it's good to have that covered. Yeah, so I got this stand in Amazon, so I have this here. If you've seen in my other videos, I usually have big plants here, but I find this area doesn't get that much light. Usually I get like really the morning light and it comes here, but at the moment these plants, they do need more of like a higher light, but I do put them over by the window during the day and then I move it back here. And also we're in November now, so I don't want to have the plants near the window in case of draft and that, so I have just moved it here over the autumn and winter season. So this is where I have them now. So now we're moving to the main part of my plant collection, which I really like. Yeah, so here I have 2 plant stands. So I actually got an extra one here on Amazon, and then the one at the back is the one I bought at IKEA. And I noticed the one that I bought in Amazon is a little bit cheaper, maybe 10 euros cheaper. So I have them here in this corner, and I really like that. And before, in my old videos, I had this plant in this corner space, and I didn't like it because you could see all the you know, the sockets and things like that, and I wasn't getting much of the sunlight in this corner. So I have pushed my 2 stand here closer to the wall, so you don't really see the sockets. And then I have the stands here on this side, which I really like. And I actually really like this kind of display setup, which I have. So I'm gonna, so this is the CC Raven. So I have moved it here. So this was originally on the other side of the other plant table. So since the Raven, they don't really need that much light. And so at the moment I have it in this corner on the stand. And I used to really like the CC Raven, but I'm kind of falling out in love with this plant for some reason. Maybe because it's just not giving me new growth. It's a very, I know these plants can be very slow at growing compared to the green ones. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. But I haven't seen these plants anywhere in the garden centers or online to purchase them now. I find these plants are very rare to come across now. Before you would see them everywhere, and you can only buy them in like a small size. So I have this for 2 years, so it's a nice, so it has grown into a nice full big plant. But there is another one that I came across, and I think it's called the CZ the Nova. So the leaves are kind of black, but they're not like black like the Raven, so you can still see the green in them. So it's more like a dark green. With the Raven, it's just like pure black, but new growth do come in green and then eventually turn black. So I'm not quite sure about this plant yet, if I will keep it or not, because it is a rare find. I mean, you don't see them anymore. I mean, if I ever sell this plant, I do want a good reasonable price for it, but at the moment it's here now. So here I have like a Sansaria plant, and I bought this in IKEA. And for these plants, I know they've changed the name to Dracaenas, but I just like sticking names, the original name Sansaria, because I find these ones look more Sansaria types of plants. When I see the Dracaena ones, they're more like, you know, the leafy ones, you know, the ones that are like on a tree and then you have the leaves coming down. I find those ones that looks more like a Dracaena. Well, these ones, they'll always be Sansaria to me. And I really like this one because of the patterns on this. And I can't remember the name of this type of Sansaria. So I think I got this, how much did I pay for this? I think I paid only 10 euros in IKEA, which is a very good price. And then you can kind of see the bit of the yellow variegation here at the size. So I noticed that each leaf, they look kind of different. Some of them has the yellow at the edge, and some of them doesn't look as full silvery texture to them. Like this one, this leaf is very silvery, as you can see. Yeah, I'm really getting into Sansevieras now because they're very low maintenance and They don't need to be watered regularly. So I like about that with Sansaria. And then here is my the original CZ Sensi plant. So this is the one that I have like a small one here. So these two big ones here is actually from the big plant, which I took out and put it here just to make this more compact. And yeah, and this branch here is actually a new growth that I got this summer, which I was really amazed because I've never seen like a new growth coming from this kind of plant. So this one is also a little bit of a slow grower, but not as slow as the Raven. So I was really surprised that I was able to see a new stem coming through, and then all these new leaves. So this is a new one, and I really like this plant. And the bulb in this plant, they're like nearly the size of a potato. So even though it's a small plant, they need like a large pot to be in. So eventually maybe this plant will have to go in a bigger pot. I mean, the one I have over there is already kind of maxed out of its size pot, so I might need to expand that, you know. Yeah, so the root system is really big, and these plants are like size of a potato, so you do take a lot of room in the nursery. So just to let you know, guys. So I'm really love this plant, as I mentioned. And then down here I have two Sansaria plants, and I'm sorry that I can't remember the names of these Sansevieras. I just can't remember the name. So this one has more of like a dark leaf, which I really like, straight in the middle, and then the outside is kind of yellowy green, and I really like the combination of that. It's really nice. I like the dark type of Sansavierias. I don't like the regular like the Laurenti ones. They're more like more yellow. I like Sansavierias where they have the dark green, and then you have this kind of the edging at the side. So these two ones, they actually look really nice because they're actually new leaves, so the new growth is more nice compared to the ones at the back here. And then this is also a new growth here at the side. And you can actually with Sansevieras, you can actually, the branching at the side, you can actually cut them and make another new plant if you want to. But I just like the way it's just grown like this, and at the back here is mainly yellow. Yeah, and then here I have another type of Sansevieria. I apologize, I don't know the names of them, but I think these are just the standard ones that you can see. But this one is very hard to come across, but I know this one. Yeah, so this one is more, as you can see, there's yellow on the side of this, but you can see the leaf is actually different. It looks like the green one that I showed you is more kind of like a savory pattern maybe. So you can see this one is actually really pretty as well. So I like these type of Sansevieria where they kind of grow compact and they have different type of variegations, not the standard ones that you see, you know, those tall long ones. I'm not really crazy about those. I like these ones, like the more compact ones, and the different colors, the green and the yellow mixed to it. And yeah, so this stand I really mainly have Sansavierias, and I really get into them, and I really want to get more Sansevieria plants because, as I mentioned, they don't need watering as much. They do like bright light as well, so they're very easy maintenance. And then this one is a new one that I just got in Johnstown's Garden Centre, and this one is actually very hard to find. So this is another type of Sansevieria. I think this one is called like a Samurai one, because as you can see, the leaf structures, they do remind you a bit like the Samurai look. And I really like this, and I actually bought two, so I kind of bought two and just combined them together. And I just really like this plant. It's actually very hard to come by. And then you can see the leaf is actually very thick, you know, like very thick. and then these spines here, they're actually very pointy, so it's a very hardy plant. So they don't need that much watering either. And I kind of like the way I have popped them together, you know, in this pot. It's really nice. And these are actually kind of expensive. They were like 10 euros each, so they are like expensive plant. So I kind of tried to pick one that is like had the, you know, just kind of the grow pattern kind of the same, and the thicker plants as well. So I really like this plant. Yeah, so this plant stand here, I have mainly just my Sansaria plants, and I just really like this new setup now of this plant. So this is my south facing window, where I get really strong light here in the early mornings, and all my Hoyas actually love that. So mainly this plant shelf, I wanted to grow all Hoyas in this one. And then here is just like all my Sansaria, kind of like a large succulent plants on the stands here. So I'm going to really quickly go through this plant stand here, because I do want to make another video where I want to go into like a full deep depth of my Hoya collection, where I will you know, like you know, talk more about these Hoyas. But I'm just going to give a run through here, and in my next video I'm going to try to make a Hoya video, because it's been 2 years since I made a Hoya video. So I have like got really more Hoyas now, and I'm really excited that it's like this plant stand is nearly just all Hoyas. So on top of here, I really like these pots that I bought in Johnstown Garden Centre as well, where you have these kind of little feet. And I really wanted to get another one, but when I bought this, it was just the last small one. So it was a very popular pot. And then this one, they only had 3 left, but the other 2 kind of had a bit of a defect on them. And so I just got one of this plant. And here I have, this is called the golden Rattail cactus. So this one is called, because you can see it's more like kind of a golden green, and I have grown this, must be 3 years now. So yeah, and at the beginning I didn't know what these kind of little bulbs were, what they were. I thought they were like bloom, like flower blooms, but they're not. There seems to be like grown another like strand here at the side, and I didn't know that they actually give you more branching on this golden cactus. So if yours do the same, please let me know. And I find nobody really has this type of golden rat's tail cactus. Like a lot of people have the monkey's tail one. I also got this in IKEA as well, which I came across. So originally it was really small like this. It was even smaller than that one I bought at IKEA. So I kind of just separated them and have them on this plant. But I noticed with this one, it looks a bit bleached looking. So I don't know if it's got to do with too much sun. I'm not sure about that. So eventually when this one grow as long as this, I will combine them together. So I have been very carefully watering these plants because I have one in the past before and it just kind of died from overwatering. So with cactus now, any plants, I do be careful with watering now. Yeah, so as you can see, it's kind of like a real funky, weird plant, you know. So I would say this is one of my weirdo plants, like a unique plant that you don't really see that often. Yeah, so, and I also found these orchid pots as well in Urban Plant Life. I know it doesn't really, you know, cover the whole plastic, but I don't mind that. It's really handy that I have these pots now, which I can see the soil when they need to be watered and I can monitor them. And then I have these 2 pots here that I recently got in IKEA, and you can see the pot really does fit more in this plant. Originally I just bought 2 because I wasn't sure these pots will fit into these plants, because it's very hard to find ceramic pots that actually fit like the smaller orchid pots. So I just bought 2 at the moment, And then this one here is called the oh god, I think it's called the geometric plant. So I don't know the full name, but it's a geo something anyway. So it's one of these unique plant, and this was actually my second one, and I got this in Urban Plant Life. So the first one I had before I overwatered it, so now I'm just very careful with this one because they are very hard to find. It's kind of like a rare one, and I don't want to overwater it. And this little space here, was it this space or here at the top, this is where the blooms were. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the flower blooms, and they come out pink. It was really pretty, and I think it just lasts a few days and then they just kind of fall off. So I don't know if the blooms will grow the same places that, you know, the way our Hoyas, you know, the way it blooms, do they grow back the same place that they originally were? So I'm not sure, but I'm going to leave them. As you can see, some of the areas, they have this kind of like a pokey spine. So I would be very careful with that. You can see the rest of the plant doesn't really have all the spines. So I tend to, I mean, I love cactus, but I just kind of stay on ones that are like very prickly because they're just very hard to repot. And I just have some dressing here at the top. So hopefully it will grow another, maybe another ball here would be great next summer. Yeah, and then this one here, I forgot the name of this plant. It's also a very unique one. So before this plant, it was just kind of like a small, like a flat stump when I bought it, but for some reason I don't know why it's growing like a bulb, you know, the way it's just like flat, very fat here, and then the new growth is very pointy for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, I do move these plants to the windowsill and then I just put them here so they do get enough light. And yes, I don't know why it's doing that. So this one is just like really like really thin, and then the one beside it has kind of like a bulb at the bottom, but then the top here is just very, I don't know. And then originally this plant was really purple, but now it's just kind of gone. I know it kind of looks a bit like a sick color green for some reason. I mean, I have checked this plant, it's not like rottish or anything. I think it's just the way it is. I think the more sun they get, they will have that purple color again. And also it's a very rare one, and I'm actually very happy that I'm able to grow it this big, because before, like, I would overwater this plant. But we'll see how this goes. So now we're moving on to the Hoyas. So I have this thermometer here, which is very good. As you can see, the humidity at the bottom in my house is 68, and at the moment it's 22 degrees. So my sitting room is actually very warm, and so my plants really like that. And as I mentioned before in my other videos, I like having my plants grown outside. I don't like keeping them in cabinets or in tents, because like I think the whole idea of growing plants is you just want to be with them, you know, able to see your plants, check on them, and it's kind of, this space is kind of like my little jungle here, and I really like that. Yeah, so I'm going to go through here. So the first one here is the Hoya Crimson Princess, and this is actually my second one that I purchased, because my original one that I had for years, it just the variegation started to bleach out, and unfortunately I don't have that plant anymore. So yeah, so this is my second one that I bought from online, and hopefully this will stay with me. I think one of the reasons why these variegated Hoyas easily get bleached, because I think I mentioned before, before I used to have like mealy bugs on my Hoyas, and I use preventative on my plants now. Like I just mix with neem oil, lemon dishwasher soap and water, and I kind of just spray it as a preventative, you know, so I won't get pests in that. And I think with the variegated plants, they don't take it as well. They can get easily bleached. So I think that's what happened with my last one. So with the variegated ones now, I just clean them with just plain water now. I don't use preventative on these. So I think that's what happened to them. And the reason I got into Hoyas was this plant. This was actually my very first Hoya, the Princess and the Queen. So those two plants actually got me into Hoyas because of the variegation. And then now I just have loads of Hoyas in my collection now. And then the next one here is the Hoya Crinkle 8. You can see all here the top new growth, which is amazing. All these new growth here. And I really like this one because of the, you can see the abs in these leaves. And then moving on to here is the Hoya Cream, I think this one is called. So this one's actually really pretty when I got it. When it's sun stressed, it kind of goes purplish color. But since it's not really getting much sun, it has reverted to green. Yeah, and I really like the way the patterns in it, but it's nice and green as well. Yeah, and then the next one I have is the Hoya Germany Paolau, and I got this on Instagram of a person that actually grows Hoyas and sells Hoyas, and this one has like given me so much growth now, and I just really love this kind of veining leaf that it gives. But this one kind of, I don't know why it's grown kind of wonky looking. Yeah, so some of them, yeah, so this one has really given me a lot of leaves. And also you can notice that I have chopped and propped this plant, because some of these plants, they just kind of like grow tall and they kind of space out. So I kind of just chop and prop, so I kind of want to grow them like in a compact version. And I was really nervous the first time I actually cut and propagate my Hoyas, because I was afraid that they won't make it. But now I've actually been really good, you know, do water propagations. I find with Hoyas, water propagations is the best. I have tried soil and pond, but they're not as very accurate. I find water to be good. Pond is good as well for growing Hoyas. So yeah, so this is more of a compact. And I apologize for the noise at the background. I don't know what they're doing in the courtyard there. So hopefully the noise is not affecting this video. So then here I have my Hoya Stardust, and also another cushion that I got from the same seller on Instagram. And I've recently just cut and propped and chopped this so that it's like really compact. Yeah, so you can see, I really love this one. You can see how beautiful the splashes on this Stardust. It's so pretty, really nice. And then here, what's the name of this one? I think it's called the Hoya Filosa Chow Dang, something like that. So this one has like a really nice shiny green texture, and then at the bottom here is very fuzzy, like very fuzzy base here and under the leaf. I really like that about that. And then I also, you can see all these, I noticed when I do like chop my Hoyas, I do get new growth here. You can see all these new growth shooting out. So it's also good, another good way for making your Hoyas grow. Yeah, and then this one here, I have two types of Hoya Cresalia here, which I just kind of put together because there were two small cuttings, and I just kind of combined them. So I got this from the same, no, I actually got this from, I used to be in this plant community where they would meet up and they would sell plants. So this is one of the plants that I got. Yeah, so I have two Hoya Flamingo here from two different type of sellers. And yeah, so as you can see here at the side is actually giving me another leaf here. And I really like this type of Flamingo here. You might be able to see this new growth. It looks so Rattail looking, like really pointy and sharp. Even though I like Hoyas with variegations and splashes, but these like Rattail looking leaves. I really like that as well. Some of them doesn't look as reptile looking. Yeah, so the other type of Felisonii here, you can see is like really more green. You don't really see the veining on this one compared to the other one. I find with Hoya Felisonii, there are so many different types of it that you just can't keep it up with all the different type of forms. Yeah, so here is the Hoya, it's the Cresalia splash. I apologize for if I'm not pronouncing the Hoya names correctly. I'm still new to their names and the pronunciation, and it's been a while since I've made a video, so I kind of not remember all the names. But this is the Cresalia splash version, and I noticed with the splash version the leaves are actually more smaller for some reason. They don't like grow as big leaves compared to the regular one, and I really like this one because it has all these splashes to them. Yeah, so it's really pretty, the splash version. This one I find it to be, it's more like this on top of here is all new growth, so you can see the new leaf is actually more of a lime green, and then eventually it will grow darker. Yeah, so this one is kind of a bit of a more of a slow growth for this one. Yeah, and I think I also got this, yeah, I got this as a cutting as well from one of the sellers. But now I find with Hoya, I don't really buy from sellers anymore, like, you know, fresh cuttings, because majority of them just didn't make it. So I kind of prefer buying Hoyas from a nursery or online now. So I very rarely buy Hoya cuttings anymore on Instagram, things like that. And I also prefer to have Hoyas more big and lush now. I don't really like to collect like small Hoya cuttings because they can take a long time to grow. And all these Hoyas, they did start like really baby at the beginning, and now they've grown really big, and I'm able to fill this shelf with just Hoyas now, which I'm really happy about. And then moving on here, so I think I mentioned in my last other videos, I no longer have the Hoya Crimson Queen. That one just, you know, it just it had mealy bugs, and I treated like thousands of times, and they keep coming back, and I just end up getting rid of this plant. But this one actually looks a bit like the Hoya Crimson Queen, but it's actually a new type of one. It's called the Hoya Crimson Carnosa Flamingo. So there's a new type one which is called the Flamingo, and you can actually tell because of the pink leaves, which gave the Flamingo name. So some of these have the cream leaves like the Hoya Crimson Queen, and also the edges here, some of them are green, and that looks a bit like a queen, but it's actually a flamingo with all these pink leaves. So hopefully it will give me more of that. But I also like the I mean, I do like the cream look as well with the green. Yeah, so it's another one which I don't use preventative of. So I find with the variegation ones, they can be bleached. So those ones I just kind of give it like a wipe down with normal water. Yeah, so these plants I also cover the soil and with the coco coir, and it's just great with fungus gnats, and I don't like seeing the soil. And then this one here is the Hoya Cresalia one, which is the regular version. So this one is just a plain green, and I just love the veining of this. This one is more of a fast grower. As you can see the leaves on the regular one, I mean this one, like the leaves are much bigger compared to the splash, which is like really smaller leaves. I don't know why that is. Yeah, so the regular one has like a larger leaves, but I just love the veining on the leaves as well, which you can see more on this one, which I like as well. And then this one is the Hoya Globbear. So it's like, I always get this one and this one confused. So this is the Hoya Cow Dang, and then this one is the Globbear one. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Yeah, so they have a bit of a similarities, but the leaf growth structure is more long. So it's more long and prolonged compared to the other one. And this one I just kind of like really chopped it really crazy. You can see all these new growth here at the top. So some of these Hoyas, they don't really trail properly. They just kind of like grow really tall, and so much space in between the stems, which I don't really like that. So I kind of just chop it back and just kind of make it more bushy. Yeah, so the bottom leaves on this one is also very fuzzy as well, which I really like. And I actually got this from an Instagram seller. I think her Hoyas are really great condition because she grows a lot of Hoyas in her greenhouse and she just cut and sell them. So she's like a really good Instagram seller. And all these plants that I bought, like, must be 3 or 4 years now, and they've stayed in my collection like a very long time. So yeah, so I really like this one. And then this one here is a new one that I bought this summer, and it's the Hoya Chelsea. So I don't know if I mentioned in my videos where I've been wanting a Hoya Chelsea for a very long time. It's just like a very hard one to get, and I actually bought 2 Hoya Chelsea plants because they were like only small, like a small pot, and I wanted like make a fuller one. So I actually bought 2 plants, combined them together. So when I bought them, it just had these kind of like wooden stems. It had no leaves on them, so I just left them. I didn't, you know, I just left them. And then I noticed this branching here, the wood stem, it gave me 2 leaves here at the top, which is so pretty. You can see with the Hoya Chelsea, they're supposed to grow like this, like a really heart shaped leaves. And compared to this one, I mean, this one is a new one, and it kind of grown a bit wonky compared to this one. It's like perfectly round, heart shape. And then some of the older leaves, you can see they're more like Chelsea looking, like heart shape. So hopefully I'm planning the next summer this will grow into a nice full plant. And I've been really careful in watering this plant because it's just very hard to come by the Hoya Chelsea. And then the last 2 plants here, so here is the Hoya Compacta, the one that I mentioned before that I really want, one of my wish list plant. So this is the Hoya Malow. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it properly. So the Malow one has more of the green and cream variegations. So I find majority some of these plants, they look like have that kind of the Hoya princess look. They have like different type of leaves, but the variegations are there, you know, and it's really nice. So I have two strands here. I originally had 3, like a really long one that I came across in Urban Plant Life, but unfortunately that one just didn't make it. It wasn't as healthy. So some of the plants that I buy in a nursery, they could be a hit and miss. They can, I mean, sometimes they're not as healthy, you know. I would have them for a week or 2 and then it just kind of die off. So compared to the ones that I buy online. But I find with buying online now, which I kind of stopped buying online because it's just I'm not getting the satisfaction of the plants that I get online. I mean, the pictures that they show in online, you think you get that one or something similar, but sometimes majority of the time it's not the plant that it looks like online. So I've been stopped buying. So I'm thinking this year could be my last year buying plants online. I've been just getting very disappointment, and they don't refund you back. So I have lost a lot of money buying plants online now. So if I can buy in the nursery, I'll try to buy, but the very rare ones, I mean, majority of the time you can only find them online. Yeah, so this is the Malow one where you have the green and the kind of the cream variegations. Such a pretty one. This is actually my favorite compactor one. And then the one here beside is just the normal green one. If you see my older videos, I had like a really long compactor one, which was like grown really long, and it was just so beautiful. And that one just got like attacked by mealybugs. Like I tried to treat it, I kept treating it, and it just came back, and I just kind of gave up. Because with the compactor, the mealybugs, they can hide between the crevices, so it's actually very hard to treat. So these one I do try to use preventative just to avoid that. And also with the compactor, I try not to put with the other plants or too close to it, so that they don't get attacked by mealybugs. So you can see here, these are all new growth. These little small ones here, they're all new growth. So hopefully next summer this will start treading down like my old one. I apologize for the noise. I don't know what they're doing there at the courtyard. They would have to make noise when I'm actually making a video. So this is as another Sansaria. I think this one is the Sansaria Hyena. I can't remember. I'm not. Sorry about the pronunciation, but I really like this one. So this is a very rare find. This type of Sansaria. As I mentioned, I like the compact type of ones and the nice variegation. And this one is just so beautiful. You know, like the greens and the yellows. I mean, some of the greens look like there's white going through them. This is just a really beautiful one. And then here you can see back here is all new growth. It looks very crinkly, so hopefully they will straighten out. Yeah, so it's all new growth here at the back. And then the last Hoya here is the Hoya Saria Cream. So this is so there's another one that is called the Lactifolia one. They're a little bit similar, but so this one is called the Saria Cream. So this one has more like a heart-shaped leaf, and I think it's called cream because it has these kind of like cream splashes on the leaves. So I think that's why it's called cream. I'm not quite sure, but I noticed with these two leaves here, they're very thin. So I don't know why that is. And this one is not as thin. And then the bottom leaf here at the back is more like very hardy and succulent. So I don't know why these ones are very thin. Maybe you can see like it's very thin. So I don't know why that is. So hopefully it will harden off. And then you're probably wondering what these yellow thing here that I have at the side of the plant. So these are actually to catch fungus gnats, which I purchased on Amazon. I find fungus gnats I tend to get more in the autumn and winter season. In the summer and spring I don't get any, but when it comes like December or January, I get loads of fungus gnats flying around. I don't know why that is. So if you know, please let me know. Yeah, so this is my Hoya, all my Hoya plants which I planned to have here. So I just kind of give you a run through what they look like, and maybe in my next video I will go more in depth with the Hoyas and explain them more. But yeah, I really like this display. So this is kind of like my little garden, and then I usually sit here on the step here just to have a cup of tea, just to admire the plants here. It's just very soothing and relaxing. So this space is just like a little mini garden space where I just kind of unwind and relax with a cup of tea, just to look at the plants. You know, just since I live in an apartment, I don't have a garden. I just have this kind of like a balcony here, which we kind of renovated the floors so that we could use in the summertime. So this is kind of my little, like a sun area, a little garden. So hopefully in the future we'll have a house. So yeah, this is my setup here, and this is my south side area windows. So here is another plant stand. So it's like the one that I showed you here earlier. So this is more of a bigger one. So this one has 1, 2, 3 levels here. So I have 3 levels here. So this plant stand, I bought it mainly because I didn't really have much space for bonsais here. So I have 3 bonsais here, which my husband likes, you know, growing bonsais. So I just kind of bought like a new stand here, like a dedicated space, just to display his bonsais. So yeah, I have 3 bonsais here, and I think this is just the normal regular one that you just see in the garden center. I don't know the names of all this one, but I noticed with this one here, I never came across like mealybugs on a bonsai plant. So for some reason, like I was seeing mealybugs on bonsai, which was a surprise, because it's nothing that you hear of, because like with bonsais they're just like very barky, you know, like barky tree type. It's not like, you know, like for pests to eat or anything, and then the leaves are very thin. So I actually treated this bonsai millions of times. It's only attacking this one for some reason, I don't know why. So I find with bonsais I can't really use preventative with this, because I have tried it and all the leaves actually turn black and they just kind of dropped off. So not all plants can take you know, like pests treatment or preventative, so I have to use like a cotton bud and go into these nook and crannies to you know, get rid of them. So fingers crossed. I haven't found any mealies on this for a while now. I don't know, it's just there are times where I just give up on Hoyas and plants because of the mealy bugs. They just, I mean, you treat them and then they come back. I don't know why. I mean, you don't see them for 3 weeks and then they come back. You don't see them for like a week or two and they come back after treating them. I don't know why. So I've just been keeping a very close eye on this one. Mainly, I mean, these ones are fine. I mean, this one did attacked very mildly and it's been great. And then this one is fine. I mean, this one is very, this plant has to be watered very regularly because they're very like thin leaves. They're not like as like a thicker leaves. So with bonsais, they do like to have their soils moist. So it's another reason which I don't really buy bonsai or have them, but my husband likes them. So yeah, so this is his plants. And then I just have these fungus gnats thing here. Yeah, so top here is just bonsais, and then here I just have like small Hoya plants here. So in the future I do plan to have like Hoya and succulents on this plant stand because they're facing directly by the window, which they get lovely sun and they like that. So originally all the Hoyas here on this stand here, I mean, they did start off small like this, and then they eventually grow like really big, and I'm able to display on this plant stand, so which will happen in the future. So I'm gonna just go through this because, as I mentioned, I want to do a dedicated Hoya videos. So this is a new plant I got, and it's the teddy bear succulent because it has the paws look like teddy bear. So this is actually I recently had these plants before, like a small cutting that I got from a seller, and it just didn't make it, and she actually grew them in her garden. So maybe because like I'm growing them at home, they're not getting the same treatment as I did with her, so that one didn't make it. And I also bought these plants in Urban Plant Life before, where they're just like small baby plant, and maybe just the root system wasn't, you know, as strong. So this one is actually kind of a big full plant I got in Johnstown's Garden Centre. So I really like this plant, so I said I will buy another one and give it a shot. And this one was like 10 euros for this big size. So I'm gonna actually bottom water this because I do have like a nozzle watering spout, which I do use for, you know, like, you know, for watering these small little areas where you can't get like a watering can. So but this one, I think I'll bottom water this because I think with water log into the paws, they can be you know, they can get very mushy, which I noticed that before in my other ones. So yeah, so I'm going to be very careful with this plant and only water when it needs to. Maybe bottom water it because it's such a really cute, you know, succulent, and the paws are very fuzzy. I also had a variegated one as well, like a small one, and that one just, I think the variegated one is harder to take care of compared to the green one. But maybe if I do well with this one, I'll get the variegated one if I see a nice big size one, because the variegated one is a nice one as well. And then here I have the monkey tail cactus, which I just have here, and I like the so it's a different compared to the golden Rattail cactus that I showed you. That one looks more like a golden green, while the monkey one, the fur is actually more fuzzy. The mature that they grow, the hair is actually more thicker and they're more white, and it's more green as well. So I really like the monkey tail cactus. So I did buy one before in Urban Plant Life, and that one just kind of I think I overwatered a bit, and that just kind of passed away, and also wasn't like a healthy one. So I mentioned with Garden Centre, it could be sometime you can get a nice healthy one, and sometime you can, you know, they're just not a healthy one, so you just have to take your chances. So I got this one from I think from Gypsy Garden. So that's another online plant store that I buy. So they have like very rare plants, so I bought from them, but I don't buy them that often because like their delivery fees are like 25 euros and it's just very expensive. So whenever they have a promo or a discount is when I will buy from them. And I also find they don't do refunds if your plants passed away, compared to the other online store that I buy from, plnts.com. They're great. I mean, they'll give you like a 30-day warranty on your plants, and if they don't make it, they'll actually give you a full refund, which I like about that. So not all growers will give you a full refund. Yeah, so this is the monkey tails cactus, and then I have this kind of a nice topping. And I actually bought these pots from IKEA. I think they're new, so it's kind of like they're not like a terracotta, but they're like so it has kind of like a smooth texture stone type of ceramic pots, and I really like about that. It's like really smooth finish, and they were like €2, so I might purchase more of these in IKEA. And then moving on, here is the Hoya Partisca black margin, and I find this plant is very hard to look after. The leaves just kind of like, they go yellow all the time, and this was a big plant and I did have it on my plant shelf, but this is all that I have left from it. I don't know why. And one of the reasons is called black margin. If you can see here, the edges are black, so that's why it's called black margin. And I like that. And then the leaves, they look like spade looking, has these kind of abs, so they look like spade shape type of leaves, and then the black margin around it, so that's why it's called that. Yeah, so this one I find it very hard to take care of. I don't know why that is. Yeah, and then here I have the Hoya Globbear, which is also was on my wish list plant. So I did have like a long stem of other leaves, and it just it had a lot of fungal issue at the back of the leaves, you know, these kind of black spots, which I've been trying to treat it with fungal issue, if you can see that. So majority of the time I find some of the growers, nurseries, they can have this fungal issue. So so I had to cut back. I think I had to cut, so I had a leaf here, so I had to cut a piece here, and I had a long strand which had like 3 new leaves, and they kind of dropped off. And I also cut them back because they were heavily infested with the fungal spots. Yeah, so I'm really sad about that. But previously I had this plant which only arrived with 2 leaves, so they were very generous this time that I got more leaves. And yeah, then I did. I really love this plant, and it's actually really beautiful when it's sun stressed. It can be sun stressed like kind of like a purplish color. Yeah, so I'm really happy I have this now. I think the only Hoyas that are really at the moment that are really on top of my wish list is the Hoya Globbear Graves. So that one is just really beautiful. It has like really silvery leaves. So that one hopefully I'll get in the future. And then here I have the Hoya Crimson Princess. So originally I purchased this from an online store, and they only had a small one before I purchased the big one from PLNTS, where they had a bigger one back in stock. So I got this one previously, so maybe later on I will combine the two together. I'm not sure yet. And then you can see the new leaf. The new leaf is pink when it comes in, and it's so beautiful. And I actually really love this one more than the green one. This one just has beautiful variegation. And then here, the one here beside it is the Hoya, I mean, you all know this one, the Hushikalian Variegata. I'm sorry, I'm trying to butcher these names, but it's just yeah. So I previously got one of these online, and I find these Hoyas, they don't transit well. And yeah, so I came across this in Urban Plant Life. They've been getting a lot of Hoyas, like rare Hoyas, this year, and it's just amazing that I'm able to purchase these rare finds in a nursery now. So I find this one is really nice because the leaves are more Like they're really big, like the leaves are really big. The one that I've got online, the leaves were tiny, but this one is like really, really big. And I think I fell in love with this Hoya when I saw it in Wild Fern's channel. Hers is like really bushy and big. And I think with this one, it likes more humidity. You know, it grows better in a cabinet. But as I mentioned before, I like growing my plants. So I'm taking my chances, yeah, to grow this one outside. And the new leaves, they come in pink as well, like the princess one. And then here I have Hoya Clemisonium. Apologize again. Yeah, so this came in 2 leaves. So I lost the other leaf. The other leaf came battered and only came 1 leaf. So I'm hoping that they will either refund me or they will like send me another one for free, because I really like this type. It's really, really reptile looking, and it's like really, the leaves is really hard and sturdy. It's like very, I just love these kind of reptile look. It's just so beautiful. So I think this one would be a lovely Hoya when it grows really, like has more leaves. Like my Philisonia, when it grows really bushy, I think this one is just really, really beautiful. And then here at the front here, I have a Hoya Matilde. And so this is the splash one. So I originally had just the green version, and that one just kind of croaked on me. It kept dropping leaves and the growth pattern wasn't great. So this one, when I got it, it was just like a really, like, I think it was just about this size when I got it. And now it has grown so much. You can see all this new growth here trailing. It's just so beautiful. But not all the leaves are like very splashy. I think the only one that actually looks really beautiful is this leaf here, if it will focus. Yeah, as you can see, this one is like a kind of a coin shape, and half of the leaf is just silver. It's just so beautiful. So so with these splashes and silvery variegation, I wonder if it's the more sun they get, the more silvery and speckled they get. Yeah, I mean the Hoya Matilde is very easy, usually like an easy care. I mean, they're usually easy to take care of. And yeah, and I really wanted the serpents one. The serpent one has more of a small leaves and has like kind of a bit of fuzz to it, but that one I find it to be very hard to get. So I might give that one a try if I ever come across in a nursery. I find that all Hoyas do well in transit. Some of them will and some of them don't. So I love to have the Hoya serpents one day. I mean, the little leaves look like snake heads, and it's really like, I love the button shaped leaves as well on Hoyas. And here I just have just bought this one recently. So it's a type of Cresalia succulent, and this one is actually very hard to come by because look, this one has more like a rosette kind of type compact compared to the regular one where it's just like thick leaves, which I show you on my balcony later on. Yeah, so this one has more like a rosette, and I really like this one. And then you can see the edges. I think the more sun they get, it will have this kind of like purple edges to it. Yeah, so I really, really like this one. This is actually my favorite jade plant. And then I came across this one, which is very unusual type of succulent. I think it's also another type of Cresalia. And I love this one because the growth pattern looks kind of a bit weird. And then you can see here underneath, it does remind me the other jade plant, you know, the golem one. So it reminds me a bit like that. But this one just looks really different in each leaves. It looks, you know what I mean? And I just love the purple stress to it. So I think it will have that from the sun. It's just a very unique type of jade succulent one. So I just came across it and I said I'd give it a chance. And then here I have my another wishlist plant which I've been looking for years, and this is the Hoya Rattail. I'm sorry about I'm not pronouncing these Hoya names properly. The Rattail, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I actually had a small piece that I bought in Facebook Marketplace, like a really tiny piece, and then I saw this in Urban Plant Life, like a really like a decent size. So I kind of combined the two together. So now it's just like a real nice one type of foot pot. and I really hope this one will grow really big and I can put it on my plant shelf. It's just a very rare one to find, and I was really surprised I came across this in Urban Plant Life. I never see these type of plants in a planter nursery. So I was really shocked, and it also was the last one as well in the store, so I had to pick it up. And yeah, you can see these ears. They just kind of remind me of the Shrek ears. It's very unique type of leaves. And this one is like, it looks massive, this leaf. It's, I mean, like my finger. You know, it's like really, really big. That one is, it's huge. And then I have all these new growth here, which they kind of like, they come really, really small, the new leaves, and then they grow massive. So when they're like teeny tiny leaves, they're so cute. Yeah. And then here, yeah, back here I have the another type of Hoya parasitica plant. So this is the this is supposed to be the, I think, the splash version. When I saw this online, it had 8 leaves, you know, but then when I received it, it only came with 2 leaves. So that's one of the reasons why I just like buying online. It's just very disappointing, because I get my high, you know, I get like high expectations, I get high hopes when I see these plants online. And I think like when you're displaying plants online, they should be like very accurate, you know, like, or similar to what you get. But like this one is just very disappointed, because like it showed it had like 8 or 10 leaves, and then when I arrived, it only 2 leaves. I mean, like, you know, I did message them, but like they didn't respond. So I don't know, it's just very disappointed buying plants online. And then this one as well, this is the Hoya Compact. So this is the variegated version, which is more of a slow grower. And this one online, when I saw, was like a really big, like nearly the size of this pot. But then when I received it, it's tiny. I was like, why? You know, why? And this like costs like 35 euros for this small little piece, which is not worth it. You know, I had one before, like a really big one, and unfortunately I overwatered it and it just didn't die. And also purchased from one of those plant store where they come bare rooted, you know, they don't come in soil. So I find with like bare rooted soilless plants, when they come in the post, not all of them, I mean majority of those, they just passed away. So I'm just surprised this one just, you know, like came really, really tiny. So hopefully it will grow bigger, but they are more slow to grow. And then this one is the most disappointed one that I received there last week. So this one is supposed to be the Hoya Obovata variegated splash. So it's a new version, and I paid 72 euros for this one. And this is what I got. Online they show like really big leaves and like really heavily variegated and splash. And this one just looks like it just looks like a splash version. Maybe, yeah. Like I wouldn't even call this the variegated splash version. It just looks like a normal green obovata with maybe a hint of variegation and flash. I'm just very disappointed I wasted 72 euros on this, and I'm hoping to get my money back on it, but I don't know if they will or not. But it's just like, one of the reasons why I don't spend a lot of money on plants is because, you know, disappointment, especially online. As well, so this is the most expensive Hoya I ever purchased, and I'm just very disappointed. And I'm just hoping that the new growth will keep that variegation and splash. But yeah, very disappointed with this one, and it was a waste of money. The most expensive I ever bought. And I just noticed this plant here has a bit of a yellowing, so I have to remove this one. So this is a type of Hoya Flamingo. I think this is more like a wild leaf version. The Hoya callus, the callus, you know what I mean, the Hoya calysphylla plant. So this is, I think it's the wide form, and you can see this is actually, it came, when I bought this, I had 3 leaves, and this is the last leaf that's turned yellow. So it's another disappointment about buying plants online. And then I just have another type of here, another type of Hoya callus, another type of Hoya one. So this one is called a black cat. So this one, the leaves are more black compared to the regular calysphylla, but there's so many different types now. So I really like this one because is like really black. The vein of this one's really black. And then this one here is another type of Hoya Camisorium, but I'm not really crazy about this one compared to this one. I mean, this one looks really dagger reptile looking. This one is just kind of like another type of, I mean, it doesn't look like a Camisorium. It looks more like another type of Calyvalia type of Hoya. Yeah, so I'll have to remove this yellow plant. So another reason you get yellow leaves is overwatering. Another reason you can get yellow leaves with temperature drop as well, or sometimes you just don't get a healthy plant. Yeah, so I'll have to remove that. Yeah, so this is all the small plants I have on this shelf. So in the future, I hope to just grow like cacti and succulents on this plant stand, and hopefully these Hoyas, they will grow big and healthy and move across to my main plant stand. And then I just have two bonsai here, which is go dormant over like autumn, winter, which is normal in bonsai. They lose their leaves and then they grow back in spring and summer. And then I just have this one here, which this is the Hoya Larissa, and I'm not really crazy about it, so this one I might give away eventually. So I did have the Hoya Denekie, which fortunately that one is just gone, and people mentioned the Hoya Larissa is more easy care than the Denekie, but I actually like that one more. So I said I'd buy the Larissa and see how it goes. And this one's actually nice when it's sun stress. So yeah, so I might give this away or do a trade or swap or sell it. Yeah, so this one is just sitting here for now. Yeah, so this is all my plants here on this shelf. And then here I have a ficus rubber plant. So this one is called the it's not the normal, you know, the regular green one. It's the darker one. It's the one with the dark leaves. I think it's called the Ficus Aberdeen, something like that, the name. Yeah, so I came across this last summer in Johnstown Garden Center, because I had, you know, if you see my old videos, I had loads of these ficus trees, which I bought online, and it wasn't healthy. Majority of the leaves were just burnt, you know, when I arrived, and it just, yeah, so I don't have them anymore. So I had the Ficus Tenekie one, you know, which has the cream and green variegation, and then I also had the burgundy one, which is like more of a red leaf. But I noticed for the burgundy one, they can revert and turn like the Tenekie, they can lose that redness to them. So I did come across that in Johnstown Garden Center, the burgundy one, like the red leaves one, and I was going to buy it, but then I remembered they do revert. So all this new growth is just very small leaves, so hopefully I just want them to grow like really big leaves. And then with the ficus, I noticed like when you don't water regularly, the leaves can flop down, and then when you water, it kind of perks up a bit. So yeah, so this is the ficus rubber plant. And I bought these plant stands on Amazon as well, which I really like, just for these one. And then I have them in these L-hole square pots. So my main plant stand, they're more like an oval type of one, and then the ones that I just like have on the plant stand, or the main ones, I have this different type of L-hole pot, which I just find it to be more nice. Yeah, and with the clear nursery, the biggest one that they do is the 21 centimeters. So this one is 24, and it came, so L-hole came with this kind of like a greeny sage one, and hopefully in the future that they will have like a 24 centimeters and clear pot, but 21 centimeters is the biggest one they do for now. And then these clear ones, these are 11 centimeters, which I purchased on Amazon. It's actually very hard to find the smaller ones, you know, like the 11-12 centimeters ones, and they just fit perfectly in these ceramic pots as well. So I like having clear nursery pots inside the decorative pot, and kind of them all kind of the same, so just to fit the theme of my plant collection. As you notice here, I just keep them all the same, all the white elbow pot. It just looks very clean, you know, like fresh looking. I don't like my plants to be, you know, messy or just like have different type of decorative pots. So I just kind of keep them the same here. And then with this plant stand as well. So these ones are like the bigger version. So for this plant stand, I have the same ones, but like in the bigger one. And then the other, like these statements ones that I have like a big plant, I'll go with these type of elbow pots. So yeah, so I like having my plants kind of like fresh and clean looking. And I also like to grow my plants. You can see some of my plants, they look kind of perfect. They don't have like horrible leaves or things like that. And I like that for just the look of my plants. I like growing my plants to look nice, you know. So if I have plants that doesn't look great, I either chop the leaf off, or I no longer or I just sell them, because I mean, it's just for the look, you know. I buy plants for the aesthetic look, because they're in my I like growing plants that fits in my home, you know, just nice aesthetically, you know, pleasing. You know, I don't like to have like a messy look in my grow space, and I don't like growing plants too compact. I just like to be, you know, plants to fit in my personal space. And I also always want to have like kind of like a wooden rod going across this here, and have trailing plants, because it would be nice to have some of my trailing Hoyas grown here, but my husband doesn't want me to fit one in. But maybe in the future, when I have a house, I'll be able to fit it somewhere. And then here is my old plant stand that I used to have on my window. So I just have it in this kind of space here from IKEA. So I kind of have some books here, and yeah, so I have some of my books here. And then on top of here, I just have kind of like, I'm just kind of experimenting, kind of like a terrarium type of pots. So this one, I think it's I don't know, I forgot the name of this one, but I think it's belongs to the African violets species. So I think it's a type of African violets plant, and I really like this one because of the silvery leaves. It's just so nice. And with these ones, they like high humidity, so I have kind of grown in here, and I just have these kind of like lacquer balls and things growing in here. And then yeah, it's a nice little closure for it. And then here I came across this one when I was grocery shopping. So there's actually a pink Fonia grown in here, which is really nice. With Fonia, they like high humidity, I find, and they also like, they grow very bushy, and it's also a very thirsty plant. So I think they make great grown in a glass, because you know, the high humidity, and yeah, and also you don't need to water much with these plants. You just kind of like put a bit of water in it, and then it's fine. But this one is actually like grown really like at nearly the top of the glass now, so you can actually just trim these back, and you can just maybe propagate it. Yeah, so it's like a really nice one that I came across when I was plant grocery. And I also like the green one. The green one is nice. The green with the silvery fading, that one's is another nice one. And I don't usually buy I don't usually like having colorful plants, but this one is just kind of like a really powdery pink, so it's not too colorful. Yeah, so I think that's all the plants I have. So I'm gonna end this video here. Actually, I'm gonna show you a quick look on my balcony plants before we go. Yeah, so this is my balcony space where we kind of use it in the summertime, which is great. These furniture are from IKEA. And then here I just have these two evergreens in these plant trays where I bought in IKEA. And then I have the smaller ones here on this sill here. I used to grow the you know, the hardy succulent plant, which is supposed to last all year round, but they just kind of all died, so they don't actually last all year round. But the evergreens do. I mean, they last all year round, which is great. because I don't like changing outdoor plants, because I mainly take care of the ones that are indoors. Yeah, so some of them are kind of yellowing, which you kind of maintain, removing the yellow leaves. But other than that, yeah. So this is a plant stand that we have that I got in IKEA, which we have the outdoor bonsais here. And this one is actually really beautiful. It's like you can see these sun-stressed leaves from the sun. It's actually really, really nice. Yeah, so these are actually my husband's bonsais, which he keeps out here. And then this one is actually mine. It's type of yeah, I really like this one. I think it's I don't know the name of this, but I like the way it's kind of like treaded down, and I have it in this kind of like a tall pot, and it's just like a really nice treaded down, and you can trim these, you know, any shape you want with bonsai. That's the great thing about bonsai, you can shape the leaves whichever growth you want. And then this is the other jade plant that I mentioned about, the regular one that you see in a garden center. So this is the more common jade one, and actually I had these plants grown in the winter, you know, the way I just covered them up so they don't suffer the cold too much, and I actually lost all the leaves on this succulent, and it grew back in the summertime, which is great, you know what I mean. So yeah, so I was really glad that all the leaves grew back. And I like these jade plants where you can actually see the stalk of the jade plant, so you can, you know, you can just cut them back and you have this exposed kind of a tree stem, which I like. And then I just have some moss here as a dressing. Yeah, so, and this one is just dormant, which is normal, and then they come back in spring and summer. Most of the bonsais, they do go dormant, and especially the maple ones, and they come back in spring and summer. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about too much. Yeah, so that's all the plants that I have out here. Maybe next summer I'll grow more plants on those crates, but we'll see. Because with outdoor plants, I tend to not have too much maintenance compared to the ones I have at home, because I just look after these one more. Yeah, so this is all the plants I have. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and that you like this setup that I have now. So hopefully, I mean, this is going to be a permanent setup that I'm going to have, which originally had these at the side here, which wasn't great, just left a big gap. But I like the way I have this like pushed up kind of near against the wall, and then I have these here at the side. So yeah, this is actually my favorite area. And then here, hopefully these small plants, they eventually grow big and they stay healthy, and they then eventually move across there, and then it'd be just cacti and succulents grown here, because they like more sun. Yeah, so yeah, this is all the plants in my home, what they look like now. So hopefully you really enjoyed this video, and in my next video I will just do a dedicated video on my Hoyas. And if you really like Hoyas, then look out for that video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please reconsider joining this channel. As I mentioned at the beginning of the videos, I don't vlog as much regularly compared to other vloggers that I watch, mainly because this is kind of like a hobby to me. Like, I'm a full-time mom and I also work as well part-time, so so this is kind of like, so YouTube is more like a hobby for me. So I vlog whenever I can, and hopefully you will stick around, and hopefully I'll gain more subscribers. It would be great to, you know, get 500 subscribers in the future. That is my goal, and hopefully I will put out more videos and whenever I can. And if you have any suggestions of any videos that you want me to do, I will try to do them. But I noticed the ones that I do outside, they're not as popular than the ones that I make at home. And I'm still feeling very conscious making videos outside, you know what I mean? So maybe those videos you don't really hear my voice as much, and also maybe the cameras is spinning a bit. So I actually film my channels on my phone. I still haven't got kind of a tripod-y thing yet. Yeah, so I'm still very conscious about vlogging outside. And also I kind of don't want to show my face in the videos. I'm very conscious about that. There are a few times where I want to make like a repotting videos or unboxing videos, but I just don't want to have my, I'm just not comfortable having my face in the camera yet. And also I'm very when I do repotting, like it does take me a long time, because like I repot the plants and I clean the leaves and I do the dressing on the top, so it does take like a long time for me to repot plants. So yeah, I'm not comfortable in doing that at the moment. So hopefully you're satisfied with these type of videos that I put up, like home tours and maybe some of the garden center tours. Yeah, but if there are any videos that you want me to make, I will. I'm kind of moving away from plants at the moment. It's not like I don't love plants anymore. I still love my plants, but it's just like I'm just getting so many disappointment getting plants online. And even the ones in the garden center, like I have to travel 2 buses and 2 buses back, the one in Urban Plant Life, and then the one in Johnstown, I need someone to take me by car, so they're not very convenient for me to come. Yeah, so at the moment, so these are all the plants I have. And yeah, so I might in the future, when we have a house and when I have actually my own private space, I'll probably feel more comfortable making more videos in there where I don't have any distractions. And because at the moment today I'm home alone, so I feel more comfortable making videos when I know there's nobody around in the house. So yeah, hopefully in the future when I have a house, I will make more comfortable in making more videos. And I also probably make a different type of content, because my other hobbies are, I love plants, but my other hobbies is like I like anime as well. So I actually have a few anime figures, so I might make those videos in the future to show you those as well. Yeah, so that's my other type of hobby. I collect plants and I like anime as well. And I also go to Comic-Con, which we have here in every August. So that's my other main interest. So maybe in the future, if you're into those, I might make anime type of videos. And the other items I like as well is crystals. I actually collect loads of type of crystals. If you notice these ones, this is like a clear quartz, like a cat. I also collect crystals as well. So this is, I think it's a jade. It's like a rabbit. So yeah, I also you know, collect yeah, type of gemstones as well. And I actually saw this one in a Sunday market where they have this kind of pattern on a rock. Yeah, so I also collect gemstones as well. Yeah, so that's they're another hobby of mine. And yeah, so there are the 3 items that I collect and hobbies. So in the future I might make videos on those if you're interested to see. And yeah, I'm gonna sign off here now because this video is going on I'm starting to ramble and my throat is getting very thirsty, so I need to make a beverage. It's been a long time since I made a video. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It would be great to get over 500 subscribers. So that is my main goal. And then maybe in the future, 1,000. That would be the biggest goal. So that would be great. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I try to vlog as much whenever I can. And those who have subscribed and still stay on this channel, as I mentioned, I'm very grateful for you guys still stuck around and been patiently waiting for new videos. And yeah, so I'm gonna sign off here, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I see you guys very soon with the Hoya collection. Hopefully that will come up. Hopefully I'll make that video before Christmas. That is my goal, if not after the new year. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye, take care. See you in the next one.